I don't even think. Wait, I got my song. I don't even think this is worth it, bro. Um, I'm having what's that called? A rough glow down. Um, so today again, I'm just gonna be reading something from my notes. The only thing is, I look at what I got to say from the perspective of first, like, my therapist, like my therapists, and my main one seeing me right on the internet. I don't know why. And like my parents, my family, before even thinking about my niche of audience seeing my content. So I actually don't have my titties in the screen or anything. But like, yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so cringe. Sometimes I just feel like I'm kind of amnesic due to stress. It's not really about, oh, like, she's slow, like, but the thing is, I'm just thinking about a whole lot of shit at once. And I think I'm kind of tough due to my influences. I admit that I'm flawed, that I'm like in big time, like in a big kind of mess right now, like from the perspective of like an immigrant kid, you know. I'm like big time fucked up. Like in trouble for fucking up so bad. I'm not trying to be cool or anything. I'm just living life. You know, I still feel my voice silenced as a person of color. You know how they bully the fuck out of fresh off the boat African immigrants and the ones that are from other countries too? I remember I had this friend called Abiha, something like that. I forgot where she was from. But something uncomfortable happened in class. I didn't mean to mock her accent. Wait, but I just couldn't stop laughing. Like, I'm not a bully or anything, but it was just really funny at that moment. I was like, on the inside, I was like, damn, I failed my people, because sometimes I have to code switch between damn near dick riding a white boy's dick. What the fuck? Like a specific like niche of men, boys. So it's different. It's like one moment I'm like, hey bitch, I'm actually really down to earth. And I'm like, I'm for the people. And then there's other times like I've got to code switch. I was like, damn, maybe she's really desensitized to her accent being mocked. She probably was just like, just let it happen. Because like a few weeks after, she just left the school. But really, you don't know what goes on. I was like, maybe that was her thought process. Maybe something else came up. But I felt a part of the problem because, anyways, I don't have much time because my small ass computer with terrible um, camera quality. It doesn't have enough like space on the computer when I record for like over 20 minutes. Um, yeah. I'm just keeping it real like that. Okay. So, you can't be in someone's mind. You don't know how they think, whether they're like, example, whether they're constantly in survival mode or, um, like fucking psychopaths or just as degenerate as I am, you know. Because honestly, I don't know if like being dumb completely is all about like not even knowing shit that's going on in politics right now, but I for real don't know what's going on and couldn't give a fuck more right now. I often try to, like challenge myself, like my thought patterns, perception, knowing how the outside world perceives me, my flaws, my insecurities, how I actually got a position. Like, I don't have time to shorten it. Like, I for real got a position. How I'm for the youth. Blah, blah, blah. It's not perfect. You always want to feel liberated. Maybe I just want to feel like liberated and, empowered and shit. I feel like I partake in artistic expression and now knowing the arts of shame, masochism, narcissism, maybe sadism. It's a lot of isms. I, I allowed myself to evolve even when I felt held back by my own peers, especially back home. I'm talking about I've been trying to like they've been trying to humble me sometimes or most times. I think I'm pretty humble, but you can't get me to act and like perceive myself how you want me to. But you could definitely call out my flaws, like my body image. Like imagine like aspiring to work in the fashion industry and looking at yourself. And it's like, that's certainly one way to get to me. Because why the fuck am I built like that? Right? Because what? Like, mannequins don't look this fucking disfigured. And you couldn't change my mind about that. So, yeah, even if you saw my flawed traits, like my narcissistic tendencies or overindulgence and other shit you probably have on the list that I haven't thought of yet. Um, it's just I'm I'm actually not even thinking about that really. I was actually thinking about, I don't know if you can feel the emotion shift through the terrible quality. But I was just thinking about how I'd love to see my baby O. So, according to science, it's like, I don't know. I feel like right now I'm pulling in the wrong kind of men, because I'm a bum myself right now. So it's very scary. Like the ones who intentionally prey on black girls and like that kind of shit that happened to my mom. Like that kind of same trauma cycle. And I was just thinking about, sometimes I'm like, fuck them kids. And other times I'm like, oh my god. Like, I was thinking that, like, maybe I had a son. His name was, he's like a concept in my brain, right? And it's like, I'd want to protect him. So sometimes I'm constantly thinking about him. It's scary about thinking about the concept of you possibly seeing this video one day, and other like embarrassing digital footprints I left on the internet, because I'm too self-aware. Yeah, like mama, you were already thinking about me before that guy came inside your cunt. Yeah, I was. Like, I was already plotting on smacking the shit out of you with tough love. But I don't think, what if my son thinks I'm not a cool person? I'm sorry, I actually love my son so much that I want him to see me as a cool person. I feel like you should go watch the Jubilee debate against, like, I haven't watched it yet, but it was like some shit about feminists, and like it kind of like opened my mind up about the bitterness in motherhood, and how motherhood isn't a choice. Like, it's not, like, I feel like a man, especially in this generation, should not dictate that she's got a cunt and it's just a hoe, so I'm just gonna put kids inside her. That's, yeah, it's deeper than it seems, you know. And I don't like talking about shit like that, because people are weirdos, and they know that. Yeah, I'm still thinking about my son, so if you think I give a fuck about anything right now, I don't, because I'm thinking, I've had this imaginary thought about my son. Yeah, like, my son, I love you, son. Like, I was, actually, I'm reading from my phone right now, but, you know, you were holding my hand whilst I was sitting on the toilet, naked, shitting. I love my son so much that I just shed a tear while sitting on the toilet seat, because that's what I was typing whilst I was on my notes app. And then, yeah, I'm just literally reading from a rough draft in my notes app. I was like, dang it, I just victimize myself a lot sometimes to get out of certain situations. But according to the black community, or like, she's being fast, she's too grown. And I'm like, I guess you've got a point. Because, like, I feel like people were trying to turn me bad. And being bad has repercussions. And damn, now, like, I wasn't giving no fucks really. But maybe random niggas from my past are still on my ass. And I feel like a waifu goddess right now. I'm think this is just a rough draft. I don't know if this is supposed to be poetry. Really, I think you shouldn't dictate what someone does with their body. Yeah, I have a lot to say. Like, I think if my therapist watched this, I guess they could just tell that I wanted like community. It's not that damn like my homophobic start is like really peeking through when I say community. I really want to hold back from saying the F word, but some of you punks, some of you, it's a punk according to the black community. I'll just keep it real. Some of you queer fucks, some of you fags can be. They already know. They already know. Okay. So it's like, damn, being fast was not my proudest moment. Now I feel like a hoe. I just feel like a hoe. But it's like, I feel like it's derogatory to say and call myself that. Especially if you don't know whole culture. Like, it's not something that I feel like I'm just like having like a I wish I hope I'm sounding right, like grammatically right, but like oh my fucking gosh, like the whole concept of whole culture. Sometimes mid humping my pillow, I get scared about getting gang banged for being fast. Like, when you're a bitch, you actually process shit differently compared to men. Example, the she's asking for it culture. It's just a cunt. It's just a hoe. I'm a man. I fuck anything I see. I'm reckless and wild. Really, I know I'm about to sound stupid again, but it just feels like another hentai category. Actually, I feel like masturbation could be a healthy cope way to. I feel like niggas. Sorry, no, it's not that way, but like it's already been talked about, like how just wanking your meat off, just being a girl, because of purity culture, there's this dynamic where like easily the guy can just like jack his dick off. Oh my gosh, I wanted to stand in the screen and just pretend to jack my dick off, but like I literally have body dysmorphia right now, so I don't feel like doing that dumb shit. So the other time, I'm cringing at myself so hard right now, by the way, but I personally got a call from Kanye the other day. I actually have his number saved, and he told me not to get my ego too high. So I really listened to him. We had like this really hearty conversation. He's been busy with doing like a management of business. I actually work with Kanye because I have his number saved. I know him personally. Actually, we're as close to the point where he's like, he views me as his therapist. And sometimes I have to focus on taking care of my kids, but I always go up to LA or wherever in the state he is, and we just really chatted up.